Hey you. I'm so sad that this is the other way around and that you can see me but I can't see you. It's like I'm having a conversation with myself, but I know there's someone out there who sees me. Yeah, I just wish I could see you also. And we could have a real conversation. How to get over your fear of being seen. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I struggled a lot with being seen. And it took me a long time to get to the bottom of it. Why are people afraid of being seen? Why am I afraid of being seen? Or why was I afraid of being seen and heard? Actually, that's one of the most basic needs we as human beings have, is being seen and being heard. Though we're so much in our own way of being seen, we protect ourselves from being seen, of being heard, because we fear that something bad might happen. The bottom of it, why it's that way, is because when you were young, you had someone in your life who was close to you that you needed, that gave you the feeling of what you are is not okay, you're not good enough as you are, you're a bad child, you're difficult, or that you're just a bad child or a bad person, and that you're wrong somehow. When your primary caregiver gave you that feeling, and most of the times they didn't do that on purpose, they didn't do that to hurt you. It's just sometimes the way people communicate with children because they heard it from their parents and they just never thought about how to communicate any different way. So they just do the same that their parents did. And I would say, I think we have learned a lot about relationships and about development now that we know that some of the old techniques of parenting were just wrong or hurtful or just very toxic for the psyche of the child. And when you have the fear of being seen and being heard, most likely I would say this could be at the bottom of this, is that you'll learn that when you show yourself, you're gonna be met with disapproval and that people don't like you. And you're so hurt by that that you don't ever want to create a situation again where somebody can tell you that you're not good enough, that you're bad, or give you the feeling that you're bad and not a good person. And the thing is, we're not perfect, we're human beings, so there will always be people who tell us that we're wrong in some way or that we make mistakes, and they have a right to do so. But it's very toxic if it's the only thing that we're hearing. I think we as humans were made up about, things about ourselves that, need improvement. And we could be kinder and we could be more loving and stuff. But there's also things that are wonderful about us and, deserve attention and deserve love. Everything about us deserves love and attention and being seen and being heard in a loving way. Being seen or allowing yourself to be seen and to be heard means that you need to develop a view of yourself where you look at yourself with kindness. I'm not perfect and that's okay, but I'm a good human being, or most of me is good. Yes, there are those little parts of me that maybe are a little bit egoistic, but that's normal too. And I just work with those parts of me to look, okay, what do those parts actually need? And maybe they're just hurt children inside of me that need a little bit of love and acceptance, and then they can continue. Because when you have a part in yourself that doesn't care about everyone else, it's mostly because this part has been so hurt by someone or something that this part protects itself by shutting itself off from other people's emotions and other people's opinions. And then they adopt this attitude of, I don't care about anybody else. And actually it's just a mask for feeling really, really hurt, feeling very emotional, needy. And I mean needy not in a negative way, but in a real way. Those parts need love, connection, attention, positive focus, need to hear that they're okay as they are. They need just a little bit of love. All we need is love. How do you overcome your fears of being seen and being heard? Learn to view yourself more kindly and look at yourself honestly, not with a negative, judgmental mindset, but with an understanding and compassionate mindset. The same mindset that you would have in front of your best friend when she tells you this and this and this happened and did that and blah, 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 blah. And you would have this view of them where you would tell them, hey, I know you didn't do that on purpose. It's okay to not be perfect. Yes, you lost control and maybe you weren't, the perfect human being right now, but that's okay too. And don't be so hard on yourself. But for some reason, some people of us are not able to accept that view that we have of others towards ourselves because it's bad if we do so or we don't deserve it. And that's just bullshit. It is, it really is. When you look at yourself more kindly and see your mistakes, but don't be so hard on yourself for them and have compassion for the mistakes that you did. You have two wonderful things happening. You allow yourself to not be perfect and still love yourself, and you allow yourself to grow from it because you're not trying to avoid seeing your mistakes and where you're not perfect, but you're giving yourself love anyway. When you learn that being seen by yourself is nothing hurtful anymore, then you will be brave enough, to go out into the world and be seen, be heard, and then do some YouTube or I don't know, whatever your dreams are. And it's interesting that I think most of the time people that have been hurt and weren't allowed to be seen or were seen negatively or have been hurt by that have this desire in them to be famous or be seen or be heard and be the center of attention, but at the same time they are so afraid of it and terrified and run away from it because they actually are afraid of their own judgment. What was originally the judgment of their caregiver that was supposed to love them when they were little. It's not your fault if you're afraid of being seen, but it's your responsibility now to not look at yourself the way you learned from your parents, but look at yourself in a compassionate way, in a kind way that allows you to grow and to explore things, to fail, to do mistakes, and to try things out and just have a more creative and vibrant life overall. Yes, so that was my deep shit talk for today. How to get over your fear of being seen. Let me know in the comments what are you afraid of exactly, why you're afraid of being seen, or what's the worst case scenario that could happen to you if you get seen, and what things, wishes you are hiding under that. Yeah, give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and see you next time. Bye.